this is Aubrey Chauke. I'm a tutor for accounting. Today in our lesson, we're going to talk about calculating cost price and the selling price. This lesson is very important because at some point in life, you may want to start a business. So as a result of that, it will be important for you to know how much the things that you have bought are costing you and how much will you actually be selling them. And in order for you to be able to sell them, you may want to sell them at a particular profit or markup. So it's very important for us to be able to understand how the cost price and the selling price works. With that being said, let's go into the lesson for today. Now we are given information that we will need to be able to analyze and use whatever that is given to us for us to be able to calculate the selling price as well as the cost price. Now from the information we are told that I'm going to highlight the most important things that we need to take into consideration when we deal with this transaction. So it's very important for us to pay attention and focus. We are told that Aubrey Chauke has started a new business and he decides to sell Bluetooth speakers. Aubrey Chauke wants to have a profit markup of 50%. One Bluetooth speaker costs 150. Kindly assist him with the following questions. If his cost price is 150, what will be his selling price? If he decides to increase his profit markup to 70%, what will be his new selling price? If his selling price is 255, what will be his cost price? So these are the questions that we will need to be able to answer. If you've analyzed all of these questions, you realize that they are dealing with the selling price as well as the cost price, which is what we are covering in this lesson. So now when you do such transactions, you need to be able to highlight the most important information. We know that this person has started a business and then this person decides to sell Bluetooth speakers, right? And whenever this person sells these Bluetooth speakers, we need to be able to take into consideration that this person has bought these things, so they have costed this person a particular amount. On this information, they're telling us that one Bluetooth speaker costs him 150. So logically, it will make sense for us to say that if this Bluetooth speaker costs him 150, he will want to earn profit when he sells the speakers. So on the information, they're telling us that Aubrey Chauke wants to have a profit markup of 50%. Based on what this has costed him, he wants to cover those costs plus 50% of those costs. So this gives us an information based on how much will his selling price be. So it means like the selling price will be calculated at 150% of the cost, because this will include 100% of the cost and 50% of the profit that he wants to make. So here they're telling us that we should kindly assist him. The moment they're telling us to assist him, it means that this person does not know what he does not know what he's doing. So we need to be able to assist him to make some sense of the information that is given to him at the current moment. So now let's analyze firstly what we were given in order for us to be able to calculate the selling price, which is what they want us to get. So on the information, if you recall, on the information we were told that the cost price is 150, right? And I want to show you something that will really help you a lot. Now in accounting, whatever that you're going to buy will always cost you 100% of that. So we know that his cost price will then be at 100%, right? And then his profit, remember they said that he wants to make a 50% profit markup. So this means that his profit is 50%. And then his selling price, remember selling price include what this item has costed you plus the the profit that you want to earn from that. So this means that our selling price is equals to cost price plus the profit that we want to make. So from this information that we have, our cost price is 100%, and then the profit that he wants to make, it's 50%. So all in all, the selling price will be 150%, right? So this is what we know. That is what we know, that his selling price is at 150%, right? So this is the basic information that we need to be able to understand. We have already established what is given to us. So from there, we need to be able to check what is the amount that is given to us. Is it a cost price? Is it a selling price? Or is it a profit? Now, the question says that if his cost price is 150, what will be his selling price? We will need to also use this information here, right? So for us to be able to do that, we are going to say that the selling price is equals to whatever that you want must always be at the top. So we're going to say selling price is equals to selling price over the cost price, which is what we're given, over the cost price. But then in this case, on this element, we are working with percentages. Here we'll be working with percentages. We only use percentages, right? We don't use the exact amount. And then what you've got here, you multiply by your amount given, right? And then from there, we are going to substitute whatever that we have. So for now, we know that his selling price is what we're looking for. So selling price will be equals to the selling price percentage, it's 150. So but I'm not gonna write that percentage, I'm just gonna write 150. So we're going to have 150 over, remember his cost price is 100%, so it's going to be 150 over 100. And then the amount that I'm given from the information is this one, the cost price, it's 150. So it means I'm going to multiply everything that I'm given by 150 here. So that's how we get our selling price. And then from there, you just calculate. You can just do it in your calculator and give the straight answer. So if you check 150 over 100 multiplied by 150 is 225. So this means our selling price is 225. Okay, and then but you can sometimes maybe decide to go about this in a different way. You can also use this method, or you can say you take your price, you say 150, that 150 rand, you say that 150 rand that is given to you, right? Remember, the selling price is a rand, so it has got to have that line, a rand sign. So you take this 150, remember it is your cost price, and they're saying that we have to include the 50% profit. So you can maybe just say multiply by 50 over 100. I think that's 0.50, right? And then your answer becomes 150 times 0.50 at 75 rand. And then from there, you take your cost price. Remember, selling price is equals to cost price plus profit, right? You come here, selling price will be your cost price, it's 150, so it will be 150 plus 75 rand of the profit. So you will add 75, and then from there your selling price will be 150 plus 75. So all the answers are the same. You got 225. You can maybe put the R sign here also. So this is how you're supposed to do this calculations. You can choose between any of these methods, but for me personally, I prefer this one because I feel it simplifies things for me. It gives me the straight answer. But if you want to show your workings, you can also consider using this one, any method. The most important thing is you showing how you got your answers. So now let's go to the second question and just get to understand what information is given to us. Now on the second question, they're saying if he decides to increase his markup, if he decides to increase his profit markup to 70%, what will be his new selling price? Now this person has decided to increase his profit markup. He's no longer using 150, he's using 170 for the selling price. So now you will basically want to show how you got your information. So I'm gonna do the same thing and show you again. So we know that our cost price is at 100%, right? And then the profit markup now it's 70%, right? And then the profit at 70%, the cost price it's 100%, and then the total selling price it's 150% markup, right? Plus markup, sorry, selling price plus markup, cost price plus markup, which will give us the final selling price, right? And then from there, what you can do now, you can maybe say the selling price. Remember your cost price is what you have. The cost price is equals to 70 as equals to 150. The cost price has not changed. The only thing that changed is your profit markup, and then from there you use that formula that I was showing you. Just say selling price is equals to selling price percentage. Remember I said we are talking about the percentages here, right? Include that selling price percentage, and then over the cost price percentage, because this is what you are given. You are given the cost price percentage, right? You have it, you know it's 100%, and then you multiply by the amount, and then from there your selling price will be, remember now things are changing. Your selling price is actually 170, not 150. It's 170, so you use that 170. So you're gonna say 170 over 100. Remember your cost price it's 100, so you say over 100, and then you multiply by that 150 that you are given, okay? And then your selling price will now be 170 over 100 multiplied by 150. It will now be 255. So the answer is 255. Just remember that this part here, the selling price will now be 170%, not 150. Okay, keep that in mind. Sometimes we forget to change these things, but it's very important for you to always show how you did your answers, how you got there. You can also use the other method if you don't understand that one, or you can opt to use this one. You come and say, okay, my selling price is equals to cost price plus profit. Okay, and now from there you try to get the different amounts that you have. So you know that your selling price is not given as what you're looking for, so that means you must look for the cost price. The cost price is equals to R150, and then your profit is what you must get now. It's a new feed, so your profit, you know, it will be 150 multiplied by 0.70, because you increased to 70%, and then you get it 150 times 0.70 is now 105. And then from there you come here with your information, you add everything. So now you know the selling price is equals to cost price plus the profit. You know you have the cost price is 150, so R150 plus that 105 that you bought now, it will be your selling price. So 150 plus 105 gives us R255. So we have 255 rents. So you've already done doing that calculation. You are sorted with this question too. You are done now. But then one thing that you must also be able to keep in mind is how to do the reversals. Okay, you must know how to reverse the information. They won't always ask you to calculate the selling price. Sometimes they will give you the selling price and say look for the cost price, which is what we'll deal with in the next question. So remember now, there's this question, it's linked to this one, the selling price of 255, right? It's linked to this one, so it means the markup that we would use, it's 170. So now we will have to remember our formula again. Put the information that you have. You know that your selling price from here, that's R255. Let me just erase quickly. So we know that the selling price that we have, that's 255, right? And then we also know that the profit is it's 70%, okay? And then the cost price, it's 100. And then we know that this selling price that we given, it's at 150%. So now you want to be able to get your cost price. So it means that cost price, when you get it, it will be cost price percentage over selling price percentage times the amount. Everything we have here, everything is given unto us, right? Everything is given. So it means that we just now going to substitute. So if you take your cost price will be then 100% over 170 times that amount, 255. Your cost price becomes this amount. Your cost price becomes R150. which is what we have from that information at the top. You can also decide to use this method. Remember, for you to get the selling price, you multiply it, right? So you can just say you can say that your cost price is equals to selling price. You now divide selling price you can continue to tell us that our selling price can be, cost price can be the selling price divided by the selling price percentage over cost price percentage. And then from here, you know that your cost price will be, remember the selling price, it's 255. So you put that 255 at the top, 255 over, remember those percentages are 170 of the selling price, and then we know that the cost price is 100% over 100. Then you will get your cost price. So 255 over, or divide by 170 divided by 100, it still gives us the cost price of 150. So that's how you deal with such questions. There are so many methods, but for me, I always go for the most simple ones, or the ones that I can easily understand. As long as you have shown your marks and everything, you'll be given marks for that, guys. You'll get rewarded for that. I hope this lesson was fruitful for you. For a personalized lesson, please use the details that will follow on the slide to follow this lesson. Get in touch with us, give us any suggestions, any new softwares that you want us to use. Give us any suggestion, comment on our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Aubrey Chauke, and follow us on Twitter at Chauke Tutorials, and like our Facebook page at Chauke Tutorials.ac.za.